Hello and good morning. I'm here with this little bouncy video because my dog really needs a walk and also because I really wanted to share these ideas with you. I had a dream last night that was very informative, and I don't always remember my dreams, and so that's why I felt that this was important for me to share. You know, I talk a lot about the 5G stuff. Oh, P.S. I'll introduce myself for anyone who doesn't know me. My name is Aurora, and I'm a galactic walk-in. Let me get my camera so you can see me better. There you go. Yeah, I'm a galactic walk-in. I've been here for about 18 years. And I speak a lot about synthetic telepathy and the challenges that we're facing as organic, biological structures with real minds, with real divinity, with a real divine connection, being assaulted essentially by technology, being assaulted not only in our physicality, like our biological and cellular structure, but in our minds and our capacity to think clearly and to think your own thoughts. So, I mean, this is huge, super fast forward to anyone, because I want this video to go wide so that people will know all about this. This is containing a little bit of an introduction of everything. Waiting for that car to pass. It's not that unusual to understand that 5G and the radiation, sorry that this is just a terrible video, just deal with me, just deal with it. The radiation itself causing harm to the cells, not only to the DNA, like being able to cause cell mutation or change cellular behavior, but to cause malfunctioning of cells in other ways. That's understandable. It's like, okay, yeah, you're being irradiated and it's not good for your body. But I'm talking much more about the effects that this has on your mind and on your ability to think. I'll get my camera to work. Hold on, this stupid thing. So what I perceived in my dream last night was that these fuckers in Congress who are purely demonic, I could not even define them as being human anymore, that their intention is to not only try to control your mind with 5G, and I'll get more into that, but the warning is that they're going to try to do a mind wipe. So what do I mean the difference between mind control versus mind wipe? So when I read the news nowadays, you know, I get up in the morning and I look on the computer and I read the news, and sometimes there might be an important, oh God, stupid camera. There might be an important article, and as I'm trying to read and focus on that article, it feels like there is something that intervenes and comes between my mind and my perception and the article itself and my clear thoughts about it. It might be something like a sense of, oh, it doesn't really matter, or just, oh, gloss over that, or like, oh, over there, a squirrel, like a distraction. And I've noticed this for a long time, and I think that this is part of our battle that we fight here to think our own thoughts and to think clearly. It's like a battle of willpower, that you want to read an article and something else has placed a quote-unquote magical spell or a glamour in front of that article that says, oh, you're not allowed to actually perceive this clearly, you're not allowed to actually think your true thoughts about this, I'm going to diminish your connection to yourself so that you can't even think critically and perceive this article. That's what's been going on up until this point, and it's been the boiling frog scenario where everyone feels that this is happening, and some people even feel that it is normal and do not even remark upon it. I know that it's not normal. I remark upon it to myself all the time, and I send out telepathic quote-unquote antibodies, as I know that my mind and my DNA are connected to many other people here, that I send out my antibodies where I say, oh, I've been exposed to this antigen, I've been exposed to this infection, and here's the antigen. Here is the thing that helps you to think for yourself. So I'll say, oh, don't get fooled by this glamour in front of this article. Read the article. So it's even more than just saying that I want to share the article with other people. Come along. That's enough. Let's go. Share the article with other people so that they know what is going on, but also to give them the mental willpower necessary to be able to even, oh God, hold on. I know you can hear me, and soon you will be able to actually see me. Life is very challenging right now, and I know you can feel that I have absolutely zero fucking patience. Let's go. This goes way beyond the small scale of mind control that has been going on up until this point. We're talking about an actual mind wipe. So if you look at the way that a lot of these horrible demonically infested non-humans have been behaving, they're acting like the details don't even matter. They're acting like facts and other things don't even matter. I'm talking about like the impeachment fiasco and a lot of other political, what is happening. It's like they know that they're not playing by the rules. They know that they're not following protocols, and they don't fucking care. And the reason why they don't fucking care is because they're planning on wiping your mind. So wait, now I have to go back to my other video that I did. I did a video for patrons where I shared casually about my recent perceptions that happened over the past couple of days. So let's say since January 1st or so, I've been having a lot less synthetic telepathy and more inner elbow room mental headspace so that I can actually think my own thoughts. And, I'm a walk and I'm not the original inhabitant of this body or this life. And so I was using the opportunity to go back through hard drives, to go back through mental hard drives, and to kind of, because I feel like what's been happening from October to December of 2019 has been all about introspection and retrospection to be able to be free, like to look back on your life and look back on your life experiences and understand the context of who you are in this life and in your many multiple existences in order as we're moving towards freedom, which is what Ascension is all about. So that's been very valuable time of introspection and retrospection. Let's go. My little dog is right down here. She's being very good while I do this work, while we walk. Usually I just talk with her while we do our exercise in the morning. Since earlier in the year, this year, just the past week or so, I felt like I had a lot less synthetic telepathy and a lot more focus to be able to do introspection and retrospection. And as I started to do that, and as I was looking through the memories that are attached to this body, I started to realize something. And this is just a quick synopsis from my other video that I did. There were no dog memories. This is of the woman whose life I had. I took this body and took this life in 2001 when she was 27. So there's all sorts of childhood memories and things like that I'm interested in, going back into and learning about in order to learn and heal the family dynamic and many other things. Hold on, I'm just trying to adjust this silly, stupid camera thing. And as I was going through the life memories of childhood, I had a real recognition, which is that there were not memories of the dog. The family dog rather. So I have my dog here. I'm clearly walking her because she needs exercise and relief. And that's a big part of having a dog. Like, you walk your dog a lot, and when you walk your dog, pet your dog. When you walk in the front door, the dog runs to greet you, all of those things. As I was looking into the life memories that I have, I realized there's no memories of the dog. Like, where's that family dog? How come there's not a memory of the dog running to greet you at the door, or begging for snacks in the kitchen, or even like watching a TV show with the dog is sitting next to you on the couch? None of those things. None of those things were there, and I started to consider. So first of all, what I'm talking about is nano-wetware, or self-assembling tiny fibers that are in your neurology and your body, in everybody's, that come from the fucking chemtrails. We have a beautiful blue sky here today, but you know exactly what I'm talking about. So what is sprayed in the sky? It is not merely an aerosol to block out the sun. So it's not just like sunglasses, like, because it's too sunny. It's not like that at all. And they're not merely tiny nanoparticles like dead, stupid molecular particles. They are self-intelligent particles. It is exotic technology. It is not earthly, mundane technology. It's not something that humans invented. It is sprayed by not regular airplanes. It's sprayed by holographic, cloaked orbs that are a different propulsion system. It's totally different than our earthly technology. It's an invasion. I've been talking about it very openly since 2014, 2015. Hold on a second. We're going to cross the street here. Ready? Let's go across. Good dog. Let's cross. A lot of people call it Morgellons. Morgellons would be like what happens when you're symptomatic and your body is having difficulties and rejecting it. Different things like sores and other things like that, seeing fibers come out of your body. I know some people who do stuff like I have used and shared with others anti-nano bucket, like the idea of trying to fry the nano with a magnetic field and make it so that it is no longer active in your body. Hold on, I gotta give my dog a treat because she's not barking at this other dog. She's being really good. Let's go. So Morgellons, this idea that the body is rejecting it and that you're having kind of like an immuno response saying, get out, I don't like this. Come along, this way. Come along, this way. Good dog. Let's go, this way. Come here. Well, what I'm trying to get across to all of you in this bouncy walking video is the idea that this is not merely surveillance from the inside. Like we already understand, intelligence agencies, even though they're not intelligence, call them spy agencies spying on you from the outside in terms of cameras, microphones, and energy fields, such as a smart meter or something like that you might be within that energy field, and then they can sense who you are, what you're doing, and what you're sensing, and even what you're thinking. I've spoken very openly about a surveillance supercomputer called the Hammer. Let's cross the street. Ready? Across. Good dog. What's the Hammer? It is, first of all, a giant database, like incidental data collection, a giant warehouse that's been tracking all of each individual organism's movements for a very long time, like pretty much since the digital technology revolution. But it's not just a big giant warehouse that nobody accesses. It's a big giant warehouse of information that is accessed by an algorithm. Cheeky, you're driving me crazy. Please, let's walk in the right way. Thank you so much. That is accessed by an algorithm, and the algorithm is tied to your genetic signature. So this is what you have to understand. You're no longer in a regular world where there's just regular, mundane, human-created technology that is bouncing around. You're in a world where things that are sprayed upon you and projects that are used against you in terms of government surveillance they're using exotic technology. So just expand your mind for this video, please, that this is what is actually going on. If something sounds like a science fiction story, it's because that is the world that we now live in. And this is what this all relates to. This relates also to the end of Atlantis, when a fake Merkaba and tons of mind control technology was similarly deployed on the surface of this planet to horrible, horrible, catastrophic results. Not that we're going to have the same thing happen, but understand that this is like the bookend and the corrective experience of what happened a long time ago, and then, oh God, my dog is driving me crazy. She's like getting the leash all tangled up, and I can't even do two things at once. If you can't tell, I'm in an extremely bad mood, and this is extremely difficult to talk about and get across to you. The very worst news that I can tell you guys is basically that they are intending to wipe your mind. So when I got up this morning, literally at 7:30, I wanted to do this little video in my pajamas. I said that would not be very socially respected. And what I did instead was I sat down and I wrote myself a letter while I was drinking my coffee. I wrote a letter about all the things that are important for me to know about myself if somebody were to try to take my mind away from me. If somebody were to try to make me forget who I really was and what was the context of what was really going on. And I'm encouraging everyone to do this. It doesn't cost a lot of money, a few sheets of paper and a pen or a pencil. Write yourself a letter about your life context, who you are, what is important to you, and what you know to be truthful. About all the things that would be devastating if they rewrote your inner script and tried to take that away from you. Okay, so to synopsize, here at the park, we finally made it. What am I talking about? Over the past decade or so, technology has been deployed on this planet in order to make it so that you are an unwitting participant in a giant biological network that is connected to an artificial intelligence that is not from Earth and that is not your friend. And the upshoot of all of this is that you are going to be, I'm not saying that this is going to happen, but their intention was for you to be uploaded to a type of virtual reality, like your personality and everything about you to go into a fake world that's not a real world, and it's a computerized world, and that is where you would live, maybe even unwittingly, not knowing that you're a part of the regular world. Sorry that this stupid camera is going up and down and up and down. I can't even deal with it. Let's just walk and talk. I know, it's how all these settings, it's supposed to do all this stupid thing. I don't even care, and now it's going in the wrong direction. Here. It's supposed to follow my face. It's supposed to do all this different stuff. It's very difficult to work with. Just keep going. It's not just blocking out ascension energies. Okay, so this is more that I have to get to here. Since October of last year, October 2019. Can this thing possibly move? Can this thing possibly do what it's supposed to do? Come on, stupid thing. Since October of 2019, we as a planet and we as individuals have actually supposed to be ascending. What does that mean? It does not mean flying upwards wearing a white dress in a Christian rapture. Don't bark. Come over here. Don't bark. Don't bark. What does it mean to ascend? It means to change your context and relationship to energy and matter and experience energy and matter in a new context. It does not mean fly out of your body, and it does not mean no longer have physicality. It means redefining the physicality. And all of this is done by the cosmic egg timer, the larger cycles of time and energy that are making this happen. It's energy that is coming from the sun and the stellar network to our planet and to our individual biological structures and causing a beautiful metamorphosis and transformation. So ascension, as I'm speaking about it, is metamorphosis, consciousness and physical transformation so that we experience time and matter and the material world in a completely new and revolutionary way. And what I experienced in early October was the very real perception that all of these building stronger in intensity ascension energies had been blocked out by the sun simulator array. That's the only way I can describe it. There's a fake sun in the sky along with a lot of lenses, mirrors, and other projection things. And I've known about this and many others know about it for a long time. It's not just that it's blocking out the real sun and the real sun's rays and consciousnesses. It is also that it is in your optic nerve. What they spray in the fucking chemtrails, when you breathe it in, where it self-assembles, it doesn't just coat your cornea. It goes to your optic nerve. It goes to the processing centers of your brain that interpret what you're seeing. So it's not just that there are extrasolar bodies, things in the sky that they don't want you to see. It's not just that they're spraying something to block out the sun so that you physically see a cloud. It's that you have a cloud in your brain. You have a cloud on your optic nerve, making it impossible for you to see and perceive clearly. So I'm a galactic walk-in, and I'm down here in the fish tank with you, and even I know what's going on, and I find it very difficult to see and perceive clearly. I've got nano-crapola on my optic nerve. I wish I could see everything that's really going on. The blinding is part of the disempowerment agenda to try to keep you docile and unaware of what is going on so that it can be rolled out. And what we're coming to is the culminative moment of horror. I'm laughing because it's horrible, of what is actually happening here. What is actually happening here is that they want to edit your memories and edit your perception of reality and edit your narrative structure of what is going on. So if they can edit out memories of the family dog, can edit out all sorts of different things. They can edit out whatever. So what I'm suggesting, not what you all need to do, but what I'm suggesting everybody do is write yourself a letter. Write yourself a letter that contains not only all of the salient information and self-description about you and your life. My dog hears sirens, and now she is howling like a siren. Just leave that in the background while I continue to try to focus. All the things that are important about you personally, about your life and your life journey that brought you to this moment, also all the things that you know about our political context that have brought us to this moment. Everything from the Awan IT scandal with Congress being complicit and part of that, to basically we're talking about how our world government became co-opted by these planetary invaders. And I know that there are many other people who also know and see this. You might call it They Live, like that movie They Live. You recognize that the people that are in charge, that are walking around wearing a fake face, they ain't even real people, and you know that this is what's been going on. This is the culmination of their harvest agenda. That we're getting to that point of why they're here and what they're trying to do. They're trying to make you no longer think for yourself, no longer remember your own memories, no longer know who you are, and no longer know that you've been invaded. That's really big. So please, I suggest, write a letter, like a physical letter on physical paper. This ain't gonna work if you do anything digitally. Do you understand? All of your, what's that little meme? All of your cheeseburgers belong to us. All of your digital communications belong to us. Who controls the digital realm? Not you and me. You write something on your computer, notes or whatever like that, and if you go back to look upon it, it might have been changed or erased or edited. So write yourself an actual physical letter with a pen and paper and put it in an envelope and put it someplace like under your pillow or at your toothbrush where you brush your teeth in the morning, someplace where you would see it. Write a letter to yourself. Think of it as your insurance policy for if they try to take your mind away from you. Write down all the things that you would want to remind yourself of. Like, hey, your planet's been invaded, and hey, this is what's going on, and hey, this is what happened up until this point. Because the fuckers in Congress, who are totally not human at this point, they are totally working the evil ET agenda. They are totally here to enslave and consume you. Like, they're like, yeah, we want to sell our constituents to the toothiest monster. Like, we don't care. Like, we're gonna make it so that you can eat our people. Instead of representing you in Congress, they're like selling you, okay? This is what is happening. You need to be able to remember all of this. Like, literally, I just woke up this morning with this horrible understanding that this is what is going on, and I don't yet have a battle plan more than that. I mean, certainly I don't want to simply, yes, let everybody's mind be wiped. No, this is like the most horrible, whatever, additional rape or additional diminishment. Like, this planet's already been raped, your mind has already been raped, your body's already been diminished in its genetic functioning. You've already been taken away from your DNA, and the insult of what's been happening with this ascension, of them stealing the ascension energies, and basically they're getting high on your stash, and you're sitting here thinking you're still a regular, ordinary, mundane human. You're working at your job and driving your car and buying your toilet paper. That's all a horrible, unfunny joke and a horrible, horrible insult. And it's not bad enough that all of that is going on, but the very worst thing that they want to do is steal you away from yourself and rewrite your own history of who you are as a person and what brought you to this moment, and make it easy to gloss over all of the inconsistencies. So you gotta be super smart. Like, I noticed the glitch in my own memory as I was going through memories, because I, again, know about my own dog and think about my own relationship with my dog. I think it is abnormal not to have any memories of, like, throwing a ball, petting a dog, what color is the dog's leash, where does the dog sleep at night, all of those things. Start to think like that. Start to think in that way. Understand that you're not just in a regular world, that you are like in a type of, for lack of a better word, a video game, where you have to be smart and try to solve things and try to understand what's going on. And your fight for freedom is not a fight with a projectile weapon. It is a fight with your mind and with your perception. And it is a fight to stay true to yourself and remain your true self, even while the ultimate rape happens, which is something else comes inside of your mind and tries to make you less yourself and forget who you really are. So this is a call to all of you to stay your true self, to stay and remember who you really are, to remember what is really important, and not to allow yourself to be taken over and rewritten by something that is totally an aberration and that is not natural, and that is trying to subvert all of the natural processes that are unfolding of metamorphosis and transformation. Let's end on a positive note. I think that I got forward everything I wanted to say to you. Let's come right over here and say, hey, here's my little dog. There's Cheeky. Thank you. We needed to see something happy and positive. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And apologies for the video quality, lighting, and cursing. Thank you.